Hey, Wendy. How's it going? I just wanted to ask what you thought about going out for dinner tonight. I think it's been a while since you and I have eaten out at a restaurant, and I heard that a chicken place that opened up downtown is supposed to be really good. I heard especially good things about their whole chicken specials and thought we could split one. Does that sound like something you'd want to do?
Hey, Jonathan. I'm really sorry that I didn't say anything earlier, but I'll actually be working tonight.
Oh, really? I thought that you said today was going to be your day off.
Yeah, it was supposed to. But I guess someone called out sick. So now I'm being asked to come in to cover the evening shift.
Oh, shoot, I see. But even then, you're not going to be working all night, right? I mean, once the store closes and you've cleaned up, then you should be good to go, right?
Yeah, but this night we're doing inventory. So I'll have to stay extra long, even after the store has closed.
Darn it, that stinks. But I feel like you've been working the evening shifts a lot more recently. I thought you told them when you started there that you were just looking to work in the daytime.
I did say that, but I've kind of come around to working at night. Besides, the pay and tips get better for the evening shift, which also helps a lot.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to make more money doing this, but I just worry that you're working a little too hard. I just thought that you were going to work to kill some of the free time that you were complaining about having.
Well, that is how it started. But I'm actually thinking about asking for more hours and going to full-time work.
Well, if that's something that you really want to do, then I certainly won't stop you. But I've just been a little bit worried about you lately. You just seem to be more dour than your usual self. Another reason why I suggested eating out was because I thought it might cheer you up.
Oh, I see. I guess you really do know how to read me well, don't you?
Well, I'd certainly like to think so. Is something on your mind? You know that you can talk to me about anything, right?
Well, it's about my mom, actually, if you really want to know.
What's wrong with your mom? Is everything okay?
Please don't tell anyone else about this, but my mom told me recently that she has cancer.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Wendy. That's just horrible. Did she say how far along it is?
It isn't so far advanced that it can't be taken care of or operated on or anything like that. But it's still just a bit worrying, and she's going to be getting treatment for it soon. I can tell you more about everything tonight in person.
Of course, yeah. I really am so sorry. I had no idea about any of this at all. Does this have something to do with why you're wanting to work so much more? Are you worried about having to help her pay for her treatments and stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. At this rate, I don't see how my mom is going to be able to keep working. She told me that she's going to quit her job soon, but that she'll still have to pay for the treatment somehow.
Wendy, why didn't you tell me about any of this sooner? You've been carrying this around with you all by yourself.
Well, I just didn't want you to feel responsible at all for any of my family's problems. I just thought that I'd be able to take care of this myself if I just worked harder.
I understand and really appreciate all of that, but we're family now. Your family is my family, and I am more than willing to help out if there's a need for it. You don't have to do this all by yourself, Wendy.
Jonathan, are you sure about this?
Of course I am. It's my honor to be able to be there for you and yours. We're going to take care of this together.
Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say but thank you. Maybe you could give me some money once a month and I'll add it to what I give to my mom to help her with her treatments?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Just how much were you thinking you would need?
Well, if it isn't too much, maybe you could give around $1,500 a month?
$1,500? That really is a bit of money.
I know it's a lot. I'm sorry if that's too much. Is it too much to ask for even $1,000 a month? I'm sure we could afford that if we could really save.
No, we can afford to do $1,500 a month. This is important, and if it's what your mom needs from us right now, then I can tighten my belt and make sure she gets the money she needs.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. You have no idea how much a relief this is for me.
You really don't need to thank me at all. I know that money isn't going to guarantee that your mom gets better, but if it's what we can do to help, then we should.
Okay, but now how thankful I am and how happy you've made me doing this. And please, just act like you have no idea about the cancer around her. I think my mom is still wanting to keep this to herself for now. And hasn't even told all her friends and relatives. So please, just be careful, okay?
Yeah, of course. Whatever your mom needs to be as comfortable as she can at this time. If she asks where you're getting the money from, you can just tell her about how you're working more hours or got a raise or something.
That's a good idea. Thanks again. You really do have no clue just how much of a weight off my shoulder this is.
You're never alone, Wendy. I'll always be there for you and your family, okay? I just wish that I could talk to her about this since it's so worrying.
You're right. I'll try and get her to open up to you soon about this. I don't want to be lying to my mom any more than you do.
And knowing you, I don't know just how long we'll be able to fool your mom about this.
And if we do have the chance to, I really would like to go that new restaurant with you. It sounds really good. But we'll have to set that aside for another time. I hope you have a good rest of your break and work day. Hey John, I know that you're at work right now. But I was wondering if you had a second to talk real quick.
Yeah, sure. I can text for a little bit. What's the matter?
Well, it's about my mom actually. Oh, this is really bad and I just don't know how to say it.
It's okay. You can tell me, Wendy. Is everything okay with your mom?
No, they're not actually. She got scammed for $3,000 by some guy online who said he had the cure for cancer.
Your mom paid $3,000 for a fake cancer cure? How could she fall for that? Surely she should have known better.
I don't know. I guess she must have been feeling really desperate at the time. But if there was a cure for cancer that cheap, then there's no way other treatments would be this expensive.
I can't believe she fell for something like that. She really must be taking this really hard.
I know, she paid for this medicine and it all's just weird herbs and teas and I don't know what we're going to do with all this.
I guess there's no way to try and get a refund for all of that either, right?
No, I already called the bank and they said that since we received products, we can't ask for our money back. My mom tried reaching out to the guy who sold her this for more details and he's not responding anymore.
I guess that means we can't really count on catching this guy for what he did then.
This is just so awful. How could someone do this to my mom? And what's my mom going to do now? She's out so much money.
Well, I can't say that I completely understand what your mom was thinking, but it's clear that she must be very scared about her diagnosis.
And that makes sense to me, of course. But she can't keep up like this, or else she'll run out of money. And it's just more frustrating because that's money that we were giving her to use on her real treatment.
I know, Wendy, but it's okay. Let's just take a step back and calm down a little. To your mom, that money wasn't wasted. And maybe it helped buy her some peace of mind at the time.
I know, but now the money is gone and all we have are these teas to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, I am kind of surprised that she would agree to pay that much money for something like that.
I guess she'll put it all on her credit card. But since she's not working, I don't know how she thought she was going to pay it off.
Right. Well, we can't have your mom collecting interest and falling into debt on a purchase like this. Maybe your mom could use her savings to pay the card off and we'll see what else we can do to help her.
I thought about doing that. But I don't think that she even has that much left in her savings.
Really? That kind of surprises me, actually. I would have thought that your mom was better about saving money.
Me too. I always thought that she was putting a little aside for her future. Not to mention the fact that she'll be getting her retirement in a few years. But I just thought that she has more saved up.
Right, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I think we can cover that purchase for now.
You mean that you'll pay off my mom's credit card debt?
Well, I don't really see what other choice we have at the moment. It's just better to get that cleared off her account as soon as possible. It would make things more difficult for all of us if that debt was just left to grow.
Are you sure about this? I mean, it was a mistake that my mom made by herself. You shouldn't have to do this, John.
Wendy, really is okay, I promise. Just maybe try and tell your mom to not do anything like that again, okay? We can't afford to keep covering for her like this.
Okay, John, thank you so much. I'll make sure my mom knows that this can't happen again if she wants to count on our help.
You don't have to apologize for her, Wendy. Just try and be there for your mom while she's going through this, okay? And let's remember to be patient with her because she's the one going through all of this.
You're right, John. I do need to cut her some more slack. You really are such a kind and caring man, do you know that? I feel so lucky to have you in my life.
Well, I really do feel the same exact way, Wendy. I'm glad we're going through this together.
I know, but I still feel like I've dumped all of this on you at once.
It's not like that at all. We're married and you know that you can always come to me for help like I know I can go to you. Even just being with you makes me happy.
You mean that? Just being around me makes you happy, John? I guess that means I don't have to worry about anything else but existing then, right?
That's not quite what I meant, but I am more than happy to handle this all for you if you want.
Wait a second, you mean that? I would think you would get mad if I just didn't contribute anything at all.
Maybe most people would, but you know that you're my weakness. I would probably let you get away with just about anything.
Jonathan, I don't know what to say. You really are such a sweetie, and I'm really so lucky to have you.
Yeah, I guess you kind of are, aren't you?
Okay, don't get too carried away there now. Anyways, I'm going to be visiting my mom tomorrow. I'll give her the money and tell her she has to be more careful. I'll make sure she understands that this can't happen again.
Thanks for doing that. I guess that means you won't be getting home till late that day, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours in there and back from my mom's place, so...
Got it. Well, why not just spend the night over at her place? No need to run yourself ragged running around like that. Besides, I'm sure that your mom would love to have you over for a couple of nights.
Well, I don't have any work the day after, so I guess that could work. If I just could come home that night.
No problem at all. Just let me know what you're going to do. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be leaving for a work trip next month.
Oh, really? How long are you going to be away?
I think it shouldn't be longer than a week.
Got it. And that reminds me, sorry for talking up too much of your time while you're at work.
It's no problem at all. I'm actually taking off a couple hours early anyways.
Got it. I'll think of something extra special for dinner, so look forward to that.
Hey, Wendy. I was just wondering if you had a little time to talk to me.
John, I was just thinking of messaging you. But then your message popped up as soon as I opened my phone. Isn't that funny? Anyways, I really miss you. How's your business trip going? Did they put you in a good hotel?
Actually, yeah. The hotel is pretty nice for once.
Well, that's good to hear. You should send me some pictures of where you're at.
Of course. Anyways, how have you been lately? Is everything okay with you?
Well, actually, my mom has checked herself into the hospital for the time being. So I've been house sitting for her. I asked my work to give me the week off so that I could be with my mom while you're away on your business trip.
Oh, wait, really?
What do you mean, really? What's wrong with that? Should I not be with my mom at her house right now?
I just don't really see why you would need to be there with her when she's here with me right now. Also, she seems to have no idea why you think she might have cancer and seems to be pretty upset over it.
Hold on a second. You're with my mom right now? Well, that can't be right. What are you talking about?
I mean that your mom happened to be staying at the same hotel that my work is putting me up at. I was so shocked to see her walk in the lobby when I walked in. She was looking really healthy, so I asked her if she was feeling better and how her treatments were going.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that my mom must have just been lying to you. I told you before that she didn't want people to know about her cancer, right?
Right. Well, your mom is reading all of these messages and says that she's going back home tomorrow to talk to you. I also asked a coworker of mine to take care of things here, and I'll be going home the day after as well. It seems that we all have a lot to talk about.
John, are you really not going to come home today again?
I already told you that I'm not going to set foot in that house until you've gone.
Please don't be like this. I really am sorry. Can't we just talk this out?
And just what is there to talk about, Wendy?
I mean, you're not seriously going to divorce me, right?
Yes, I am actually. Not only were you cheating on me, but you lied to me about your mom having cancer. And on top of that, you used the money that I was giving for her treatments on dates with your boyfriend. I can't think of a single reason why I shouldn't divorce you.
Please, if it's about the money, I can pay you back. It'll take time a bit, but I just don't want you to divorce me.
You think it's just about the money? That's the last thing I'm thinking about. You lied to me and cheated on me. What makes you think I'd want to stay with you after that?
I think if we talked again, I might get you to rethink this. I really am sorry that I lied to you. I didn't mean to hurt you like this.
Somehow, I'm just not buying it.
Please, you know that even my mom said she never wanted to talk to me again. You're all I have left.
Well, I can't really say that I blame her. You made up a story about her being sick to extort money out of me so you could cheat on me.
But I've learned my lesson. I've stopped talking to that guy and I just want you back now.
You learning your lesson now is not going to make me change my mind about this.
But you know that I've only ever loved you. You're the nicest person I've ever met.
And you took advantage of that kindness and used it to betray me. I may be patient, but even I have my limits, and I don't enjoy being played with like that.
Please, you can't divorce me. How am I supposed to pay for the alimony or the money you're suing me for because of the affair?
Yeah, I suppose you probably should have thought about that before you did what you did. But I don't know you anything, actually. You've got some nerve even trying to ask me not to leave you.
I really am sorry. John, I promise that it'll never happen again. I swear it.
I know it won't happen again because you and I are getting divorced. I don't really see what else there is to say about the matter. I paid for your mom's cancer treatment when I was the one who had a parasitic tumor this whole time. After that, Wendy knew she had no other choice and went along with the divorce. Her mom and I found out that she was cheating when her neighbor called about some strange man coming and going from her house while she was out of town. I called in a favor from an old friend to look into this guy, and he quickly discovered that he was having an affair with Wendy, who thought both her mom and I were out of town. In the end, the two of them had to pay me a hefty sum for their affair that left Wendy penniless. She begged for her mom to let her stay at her house, but she refused. Instead, Wendy moved far away with what little savings she had left. Now, I hear that she is working multiple jobs just to afford a tiny apartment where she barely makes ends meet. Wendy's mom apologized profusely to me for the mix-up and even offered to pay me back the money I had thought was being given to her. I told her that it wasn't fair for her to do that and just moved on with my life. Months after the divorce, and although I'm still adjusting to the single life, I'm glad to at least know that I'm not being taken advantage of like